Hi, my name is Marspion from GBC Live. Today we have Renee Wang, founder of Castbox, also ContentBox. Both of them are great platforms. They are so popular. Yeah, we recommend you going to the website also and installing the mobile application from Apple Store and use these awesome mobile application. So let's go through the topic, which is all about the blockchain and how Renee's company, they got unicorn. I mean, the unicorns that is sort of one of those crazy platforms that for audio, even for video in future, I think this is going to happen soon. We want to talk about that, and Renee is going to talk about herself. Renee is going to talk about herself and about her success and about her story, that what happened that she could make her companies as unicorns. So Renee, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. We want to know about your background, your story, how you started, where you used to working, how you came up with this idea of Castbox and ContentBox and so on.
That's great.
You're welcome.
Hi, Matt. Thanks very much for having me here.
You're welcome.
And hi, audience of the GBC.
Yeah.
And also, today I'm as a VW. And I
V
just
plus.
V plus. and we just walk around. It's a really great, great co-working space. And and I think let me take a very brief introduction about myself.
You're welcome.
And before being an entrepreneur, I used to work for Google.
Nice.
And I was in the advertising team and helping developers all over the world to explore a global market and to expand their apps to different market and different build in different languages.
Nice.
I used to work at the very beginning, I used to work in Google China. Then moved to Google Dublin, which is Google in Ireland. And then go to the Tokyo, which is Google Japan as well. And before the Google, I used to work as an engineer, Android engineer in a startup.
So you were a coder?
Yeah, I was a coder before Google. And this startup called Ceyuan, which was acquired by Alibaba about 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah. And before that, I used to study in Peking University with a major of psychology and a double major in mathematics. But when I was in college, I really like coding.
Nice.
So I learned how to code by myself. And the first language I learned was VB. And the second one was Java. And then when Android came out, Android is based on Java.
Yeah.
So that's why I began to develop Android about 10 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, which, I'm old. So
No, you're never old.
Thank you. I was one of the first Android developer all over the world about that time. And I used to have my apps go to the Thailand top 3 about long years ago.
You mean your app, Castbox?
Yeah, no, Castbox.
Or another?
10 years ago.
10 years
it
ago.
was 10 years ago. Yeah, and this is about before the startup. I want
before the craziness of a startup to start in China.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And about at the end of 2015, I came back from Google Japan to China and founded Castbox.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a very funny story. The company name was called Guru, not Castbox. The reason why we called it Guru because the first version of our app is not doing Castbox at all. It's doing yoga.
Yoga stuff.
Yeah.
So you pivot.
Yeah. Pivot.
Oh, nice.
Not pivot from yoga to Castbox. It's pivot from yoga to about 20 apps. And we build one, fail, build one, fail, build one, fail until Castbox.
How many apps?
20.
20 apps
Yeah.
you built.
Build, fail.
20, it's crazy how it happened.
It's just like because I was first startup CEO. Founder, first time founder. I didn't know how to understand the users I mean, was the US really pain point about 3 years ago. So I just keep trying. And at the very beginning, it's only myself in the company.
Nice.
And I have no money because I have left China about at that time I think several years, and I do not know a lot of investors in China. So that's why when I came back to China, I know there are no people want to invest me. So I sold my house in Beijing.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's getting crazier, like 20 times failures and selling your house.
Yeah. And and also I remember at that time, because I just came back to China, I'm kind of, because I'm very engineer thought, so I'm kind of like befooled by a not like a W plus, and by the kind of like co-working space, which is not good, and it's a really crazy place. And every day it's kind of under decoration all the time. And every night I coding until 2 a.m. And when I go back from office to my home, I have to knock down the gatekeeper to open the door for me.
Wow.
Every day I do that.
You were working like crazy.
No, but I mean,
how long you used to work in a day? Like 18 hours? 17 hours?
Not that much. Like about 14 hours.
14 hours.
Yeah, but from Monday to Sunday.
I mean, like every day. There was no weekend.
No weekend. I mean, but every time when about 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. I wake up that guy always complain. He said that, oh, it's so hard. It's so hard to make money nowadays.
Oh,
at the very beginning, I thought he was talking about me because, I'm a lady, not a young lady anymore. I'm a lady, get up so late every day. But literally, I understand he was complaining about himself.
Yeah,
because as a gatekeeper, he didn't earn too much money.
And
but
he was thinking you're earning a lot, yes?
That's true.
Oh.
No, but he was kind of like waked up by me every day. Like kind of like every late night, I said, "Oh, come on, could you please open the door for me?"
That's the nicest story.
Yeah.
I mean, in the middle of your story, I have this problem. So I work till 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Every day and night. So, and then when I get back home, the security say, "Hey, dog," and he's telling me, "You go for a bars club." He thinks I'm coming back from clubbing and so on. He doesn't know that I'm working late. That's the funniest story. So that is another perspective, that the guy thinking I'm going for clubbing and drinking, and I'm getting back home just late. Your story is different. The guy thinking you are earning a lot of money.
But he was like kind of like he feel unfair. But I mean, and things. I mean, after like we developed Castbox, as the first month, I think we reached about 1 million downloads. The first month. And the first month about 100,000 downloads, and the first quarter is 1 million downloads.
Nice.
And then we got lots of investors. We got ZhenFund.
Nice.
We got IDG. We got SIG and Qiming and
all are big institutional investors.
Yeah, and GSR.
Nice.
And all these 5 investors invest us.
How they found you? I mean,
because
they realized.
Because at that time, they are looking for some audio platform, which is, by the way, Castbox is an audio platform, and they are looking for on Google Play, which is the top rankings. At that time, even today, we are the biggest third-party audio platform, spoken audio platform, not music, spoken audio platform. And if you search the Google Play news category, we are the top 3 in the US. Google Play News, and we are the top 1 in Korea market, and we are top 2 in UK and Australia, and also we are top 3 in some European countries. And then when they look for the Google Play, like kind of like the rankings, they found us. And until today, we didn't actively, look for any money. We have raised the
They try to chase you, coming after you.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, I really respect to my investor. I mean, they are really great people, and I mean, what we said, we have raised $30 million for Castbox until today, but we didn't actively look for investors. they are like looking for the top ranking. They found us and they say, oh, do you need money? We said yes or no, and then we close a deal. But our focusing is on pretty on the product itself.
Yeah.
I just show you our in-audio search function.
Yeah.
We are the only one and the first one who launched the in-audio search among all the podcast spoken audio platform.
Nice.
It means when you search for keywords, I will tell you exactly which second and minute where the keyword was mentioned.
Nice.
So we are like a...
Is it AI?
Yeah.
You're using that?
Yeah. We transcribe all the audio into text and adding time stamped. And then began to doing a lot of like analysis of which keyword is kind of like a fake keyword, which is a main thing.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is like how we're doing Castbox. And the reason why we launched ContentBox, by the way, because Castbox is now more than 40% of users from the US. So that's why I go to the US to open a branch there. It was a really crazy life for me.
Where was the first location you started?
San Francisco.
It was, you started from San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. The first office. Now we have two offices in the U.S. One is in San Francisco, another one in Palo Alto. But when I first landed in the U.S., it's very hard for me because you can see my English is not very good.
Come on.
I'm serious because I didn't take a Gaokao in China.
Okay.
I kind of like a chemistry Olympic to skip all the tests.
Yeah.
So that's why my Chinese and English is not good. So when I just launched to the US, my English is even worse. Even though I worked for Google for a while, improving a little bit, but still hard as a business woman to run business there.
Yeah.
And I do not want to hire local, I do not want to hire Chinese people. I want to hire local people because we are doing content business.
Yeah.
We need to be very localized. So it was a kind of like really, really hard for me. So it's like I hired several people and they kind of fight with each other at the very beginning. They do not like each other, and all of them fight with me because I do not have share the same cognition with them.
Yeah.
And we do not understand each other, and I'm kind of like I do not know any people. As I mentioned, I never worked or studied in the U.S. I used to study in the European countries and Japan and China, but I have no friends or colleagues there in the U.S., not close ones. So that's why I have to push myself really hard to really build up, try to learn from them, to be honest.
Nice.
And now we have a team member about 10 people there, some in San Francisco, some in Palo Alto. They are all local people. We haven't sent one H1B. Not yet, because I want to hire the most local people. And they are doing great on the content. We just launched our Castbox original shows about last quarter. And so I take the Don't Mess, for example. The first day we launched it, we are using the open distribution platform, not only in Castbox, but in other platforms. The first day we launched, it go to the #1 ranking in iTunes.
When did you launch?
Last quarter.
Last quarter.
Yeah, it's called Don't Mess. Yeah.
So what is it? The Castbox, the show?
Original show. It's produced by ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, produced and kind of like distributed by Castbox. And then, so even though we are very new and very foreigner company to the US, but the English original show we did is the best.
Nice.
Yeah, and and the second week, our 2 original shows go to the top 4 and top 5.
What is your original show? When you say original show, what is exactly?
Audio.
Yeah,
podcast channels, audio platform, audio channels. It's kind of like true crime and storytelling, lifestyle, or kind of like entertainment shows or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, like, you said that you had a lot of failures.
Yeah.
Until you get to the main product, which is called Castbox.
Yeah.
And then Castbox has been started since how many months ago?
2016.
2016, early or middle?
January 1st.
January of 2016.
Yeah.
Like around 2.5 years.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Yeah. So.
And within the 2.5 years, we have
now, how many million users? You
18.
have? 18.
Yeah, we have 18 million users.
Nice.
15 million content.
Nice.
And 70 languages and 175 countries.
70. Like 70 languages.
Yeah, 70.
70.
It's 70.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And the whole story that you mentioned, how you got into that level to be to have your Castbox like unicorn crazily happen. That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering where this craziness is coming from. I mean, how did you make yourself positive in a kind of level not to giving up?
I don't know. I just feel I want to try something.
How you had that inspiration not to give up? This is important because it's all about craziness.
Okay.
And we are crazy entrepreneurs. You want to know,
Yeah.
I mean, beside of the numbers, investment you get it, and so on,
Yeah.
for our viewers, it's so important where that craziness coming from. How could you make yourself or keeping yourself in a level of positiveness not to give up?
Actually, I want to tell the truth, which is like the principle of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I always want to be a better version of myself.
Nice.
It's like it will be a long story, so I make it short. Long story short.
No, I mean we can talk about hours.
Oh, really? Because I thought it's only half an hour.
It is half an hour, but you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're talking about that craziness, it's beautiful. I mean, it can take 2 hours even.
Okay.
You're okay. So you want to know the exactly because what you did was great. I mean, what you did, it was awesome. I mean, this is so, for us and for my team, is really important. And this is what you did is admirable.
Okay, so, it's like, it's kind of a little personal. I mean, I was born in a small city.
In China.
In China.
Yeah.
And when I was about 12, I feel like, I needed to experience different styles, different types of lives.
Yeah.
So that's why I left my home and singly, when I was 12, by myself, go to a countryside.
Nice.
Only myself, and I sleep there, study there, and every 1 month I have one chance to go back to home.
Nice.
And at the very beginning, I mean, I was not popular in that group because I'm the only one who are coming from the city side.
Which province it was?
Hebei, near Beijing. Yeah.
Nice.
And that place, if I want to go home, I have to take a kind of like the 3 wheels car.
Oh, sure.
And then go to take the train, and then
you call them tuk-tuk, I think. Anyway.
Okay. And take a train and then take a bus to go back home.
Nice.
It's like the whole process, and then I know, but still I'm trying my best to get people to respect me because how to say that I'm very helpful and useful to others because I don't know why I'm very good at all the mathematics, physics, and chemistry.
And you're a hardworking and a smart person. Sure.
Not when I was young. No, I mean when I was older. I mean when I began to. I will tell you another story after that. When I was young, I didn't study hard. But I'm really great with all the mathematics. When I learn code, it took me only 1 night from scratch. I'm serious. I'm not lying, but it's true.
Nice.
So. And
it's kind of genius.
No, it's like kind of I'm not good at language.
Yeah.
People are balanced. I mean, some people are good at learning language. Some people are good at like painting or like artist. Some people are good at mathematics. I'm just the third vertical.
Yeah.
It's not I'm talent. It's just like it's my thing. So. And then I feel like in the countryside I feel like so lonely and I don't know what I want because even I didn't work hard, I can get very good score in mathematics, in those stuff. Right. And as I said, I'm the only outlier in that community, in that like small school, and so I feel like kind of like try really hard to be respected, try really hard to be accepted, and then I began to get a little depression since 13 because I go there about 12 and since 13 I became a little depression. But anyway, I got like I think #1 in mathematics and chemistry and physical Olympic test.
Nice.
And then go to entrance to a Nankai High School, which is one of the best high school in China.
Nice.
But in that high school, it's still the same. I don't know what to do. I I feel like there's nothing good, nothing enjoyable in the life, and I continue my depression about another high school 3 years. That's why my major in college I choose psychology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't feel happy. Yeah. I don't work hard before I find really what I need. So that's why I choose psychology as a major. I want to solve myself at that time.
Nice.
And then when the time I kill myself is like when I began to code.
Yeah.
Before that I have no time to find achievement. But when you code, when you fix bugs, it's very small achievement.
It's kind of rewarding, and you feel better.
And the frequency is very high, so there's...
1, 2, like...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
you know
great.
what I mean.
Yeah.
So before that, I have no joyfulness in the... I don't know what to be asked before I began to code. So that's why I think I began to code at the junior year of college, the third year of my college, and then I feel, this is really something I want.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And then why I work really hard, because when I just realized, I'm really talented in coding, I feel so bad. I feel like, if I know that before, I can take tests in ACM. ACM is kind of a computer test. I can maybe having a better school. Maybe go to Harvard or MIT,
nice.
Beyond Peck University. Peck University is a good university anyway. Nice. So, and I feel like, I feel so bad. I thought I'm wasting tons of my time because of my depression, because my unhealthy
feeling
mindset.
that you had.
That's true. So that's why I tried so hard since I work. I even have a kind of how to say that, I sleep in sofa every single day.
Nice.
The first day I sleep in sofa, the second I go back home to take a shower. For my first job.
Nice.
Even I work for Google, I work on Lunar New Year.
Yeah, this is called crazy entrepreneurs here.
Yeah.
So we are so happy we have the real great one here.
Yeah. So that's why I think, to answer your question, so why I really want to do something, because I finally find something. If you have achievement, it's so happy.
Yeah.
It's much beyond whether I have a house, whether I have good clothes, I have a good bag. I don't care.
Happiness is internally.
That's
has
true.
to happen. So it is in you.
Yeah, exactly. And during the past years, I can feel like I continually to become a better version. I continually to become happier.
Where did you get this perspective?
I don't know.
Was it from your family, or it was something that you were gifted? You figure out in the journey of your life.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your hardship started from since you were a kid, like 12, then
since
then
12, exactly.
you went to high school, then you went to college, so to study psychology to figure out how you can make yourself happier and feel satisfied in life.
Yeah.
Then you realized you're good in coding and so on.
Yeah.
Because it was a kind of thing that you would get rewarded really fast, and it would give you a better feeling.
Yeah.
Then you got in your first job by coding or by other skills?
Coding was my second job. My first job was sales in a traditional company. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, it's kind of like a call center.
Cold calling.
Yeah, cold calling. I'm the only one with a degree of bachelor, with a bachelor degree.
Others, they were
even
lower than
that's true. That's true. But I respect them. No, I don't think degree is a problem at all. But I'm the only one who
you called others and all.
Yeah, because I just want to experience different aspects of life.
Nice.
But then I feel like I need to go back to my normal career path. So that's why I go to the back of coding. Engineer in a startup, and then go to Google. Yeah, this is career path. And
how long you've been working in Google?
4 years.
4 years. Yeah. And after 4 years, then you started your
Castbox.
Journey of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, exactly. This is
Castbox. So what was the name? As you said, grew. Yeah.
Guru. So the company's name is Guru. Guru, Guru, which is a yoga master.
Exactly. Then you just had failure, pivot to be a Castbox.
Yeah.
And the Castbox founder was the one which you, with a lot of experience and hardship that she had from before. So then you started. How did you figure out that the Castbox is something that market needs?
I just finished the app, finished the coding, and launched that app into Google Play. And
you did coding by yourself?
Oh, the first version, only the first version.
Who did the UI part?
Me. I can do Photoshop and Illustrator.
Nice. So you're kind of you had like multi skills.
Not good.
Your stuff.
Yeah, I'm serious.
But at least for the level that you can have your MVP. Even better, more than MVP.
I know. No, we are kind of talking about MVP. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. That's beautiful. So you made the mobile app or you made a website first?
Mobile app. I can develop Android and a website. I cannot develop iOS.
Okay.
So I do not know, but I know HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and some Android.
So you had your first version launched at that time. How many people you had in your team?
At that time, only myself.
You were in the States, USA.
No, USA is last year. It was about 2.5 years ago.
So when you launched your first version of Castbox, where was it?
I was in Beijing.
You were in Beijing.
Yeah,
cool.
And I was to be fair. I'm the only full-time employee in the company.
You're on.
Yeah.
Others, they were like on and off.
Yeah. And because I have a lot of friends who want to help him. For example, you said Cecilia.
Yeah.
She's like the same. She's kind of like when I just go to the US, I know nothing about the market, but Cecilia, she has been working in the US, and she kind of like helping me as a partner.
Some sort of resources.
Yeah, resources. So like that, and I think I have like another partner of Castbox just officially joined me also at the beginning of 2016.
Nice.
But I was developing the Castbox. So officially when they launched on Google Play, I'm the only full-time employee.
Nice.
But after that, a lot of people who used to help me as a partner, as a kind of like intern or like work as a part-time, joined me officially.
Nice.
Quit their jobs, quit their previous company, and joined.
So when you launched Castbox, how could you get all those users in Castbox?
The first version I used the Google AdWords to pay to using the to get the users to using the SEM.
Nice. So you went through a kind of marketing channels of Google.
Yeah.
So you did that, and then what happened? You got some users.
Yes. 100,000 users in the first 1 month and 1 million users in the first quarter.
Nice.
And then, as I said, IDG, the first investment we got is from ZhenFund. And the second one is IDG.
Nice.
And the third one is, as I call it, the file, Qiming, IDG.
All did happen in like 2016, middle 2016.
Yes, exactly.
That's nice.
Yeah, then ZhenFund is March of 2016. IDG is like the middle of 2016.
Nice.
And Qiming, SIG, GSR, Jinshajiang, and also SIG ZhenFund at the end of 2016.
Nice.
And 2017, we also get another funding, also from those investors.
Nice.
But how to say that? But I don't want to invest. Get more money because we already has enough money in our bank account, and then I moved to the US. But there's something interesting happened there, and after we began to launch our original shows,
nice.
And we began to have a deeper understanding of the content industry.
Nice.
So that's why I respect your tone,
Thank you.
your people very much because I think content creators, they are really doing great. They are very creative, but the thing, at least the producer we are cooperating is they are facing is they are not taking the most.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's really hard for them to get the investment.
It's really difficult for investors to understand how they can monetize.
Yeah, exactly. And also, even you can monetize, investors, especially for venture capitals, they only want to invest potential unicorn company.
Exactly.
They do not want to invest companies with monetization solution or with benefit. It's not their interest. They do not care about how much money earned. They only want to invest you and get tons. And one day, maybe like 3 years later or 8 years later, you go to IPO.
Yeah.
So this kind of like a portfolio they are looking for.
Yeah.
And if you go to the creators, if they go to the Patreon, do you know Patreon?
Yeah.
It's a kind of like a donation platform.
Yeah.
So users, I think less than 5% of users will donate, but there's no benefit for them.
Yeah.
They only donate and nothing. Get some bonus or like get a T-shirt, get some bonus episode. It's not a big incentive for the donation for the people who do the donations. And if you go to Kickstarter, I think Kickstarter is more for hardware. I mean, even though some early investor invest in content, no matter how many copies they sell, it's nothing related to the early investor.
Exactly.
They only get get a kind of like some percentage off for the content, and there's also no incentive. So that's why I think I'm talking about those things with one of our co-founder of ContentBox, which is called Xiaohui Liu, Dr. Xiaohui, and he used to work in Facebook infrastructure team, and he got a PhD in distributed networking in WSU. And I'm talking.
What is WSU?
So
university.
W is like I think it's a Winland. It's a state's name.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he said I'm talking about the whole things to him.
Yeah.
And he said why not you try blockchain?
Yeah.
And
that was the moment that you started the craziness of blockchain.
That's what it was last year. Yeah, and I said, okay, I said I do not know too much technology about the blockchain. And he said, oh, I know. And he's pinned me tons of, articles and the source code of, the link to GitHub of blockchain, of Bitcoin, of Ethereum.
The whole community of coders, tech people, and then
and also a lot of like GitHub links, and also a lot of like KOL in the industry, and I began to learn, and I asked the Xiaohui, Dr. Xiaohui, I said, what are you doing? He said, because we are long time friends, and he said, oh, I just quit my job half years ago, just coding myself about blockchain, because he's a really crazy enthusiasm about blockchain.
So he's still in the team, yes?
No, he quit when I talked to him, he has already quit his job at Facebook.
But you were so lucky though.
That's true. And I said, how to, in the US, people don't save money.
Yeah.
I said, how you support yourself?
Yeah.
He said, every month I sold a little bit of my Facebook stocks. And then, because he said, to survive. And he said, nowadays I do not need too much money. I only eat and, stay at home. Yeah. And I said, why not you
joining us?
Yeah, joining us. And he said, okay.
Sure.
And he said, okay, let's do it. Yeah, because he know me for a long time. By the way, Xiaohui is also introduced by Cecilia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he know me, he know the product, and our product is still well known in some, especially in the Chinese community in the Silicon Valley people, and
nice.
And also some other, US.
So
people.
you started like Castbox, and after that, ContentBox came into the game by.
That's true.
Dr.
Xiaohui and me, and also we have another two co-founders also with technical background. One is used to working for FileMails as a first CTO. Another one is working for a fintech company as a co-founder and a CTO.
Nice. So the Castbox and then the ContentBox. The Castbox is doing its function, it's going on.
Yeah.
And then you created like ContentBox because you had a feeling, and not the feeling, you could see that all those content creators, they cannot get that much that they deserve. Yes. I mean, the value or the money, whatever we call it. So for this reason, you're using the blockchain technology because you wanted to just exchange a value in a way that they can earn more.
That's true.
Than the traditional way that they are earning.
Yeah, exactly.
So what did you do? I mean, for the ContentBox, you try to put the blockchain technology in a kind of way to reward.
Yeah. Actually, I think
we are content creators.
Reward is only one thing I want to do. I can explain more about how ContentBox works.
Yeah.
I mean, first, ContentBox is positioned as a public blockchain for the digital content industry. And what we try to, because as I mentioned, the content industry has been handicapped by several long-standing problems. Creators not rewarded for what they deserve, but the middleman takes the most. Consumers, when they share, engage with the content, comment, report spam, did not get reward. But attention is limited and needs to be paid. And even for platforms like Castbox, we are focusing on the fears of copyright competition, not on the user experience and on what we really, on what we really stress, which is technology. So that's why I think we try to solve those problems by bringing ContentBox, which is a blockchain infrastructure to bring the industry with three characteristics: a shared content pool, a shared user pool, and a unified payout system. So how we build that is like we are focusing on three things. We are doing three components. One is called a box payout, which is a fast and secure and privacy protection blockchain. And this blockchain, in our solution, the blockchain is work as a very lean settlement layer with the content and the business logic stored off-chain. We will not using EVM, but more leveraging the off-chain smart contract and maybe still putting some kind of like Lightning Network, sharding some kind of philosophy in those most cutting-edge technology to build a very lean and designed for the content industry payout system. And then a passport, a blockchain-based identity equals identity thing, and also it can it is kind of like attribution services across all applications. And we are not doing storage. We are not doing IPR. Those things I think there's tons of other startups are focusing on, and we may leverage other platform and partners with other platform. And this is the basic. And build on this very basic thing, we want to build an Unpack. This Unpack is kind of like a developer center. For developers, it's a SDK or API. And for creators, it can be a very easy turnkey solution. You can imagine maybe a WordPress, but with payment, with passport, with all the functions. And maybe a Twitter plugin. You can easily launch a content crowd fund based on this plugin. So this is our Unpack solution.
Well, let's say if somebody posts any content on Twitter or Facebook or any other platform, so they can get rewarded through your...
Yeah, a simple plugin. And
it means that whoever that gives a like to any of their contents, they get rewarded by your platform. But Twitter doesn't care if they get or not. So it means that the Twitter is not coming after you and saying why you're rewarding these people.
And actually not exactly. This is like the structure looks there. And I want to give you some example on what it looks like in the DApp.
Yeah, we want to know that our viewers, I want to simplify it, just moving into a kind of way that people understand and simplify it and then being technical. So if you tell us a kind of example.
Yeah, this is, I'm sorry, I'm always an engineer thought. So this is like the infrastructure behind, I mean below. So let's forget about the technology part. Let's only think about the business logic. So based on the blockchain, what kind of things can be built? First, Castbox already integrated the box token. And users can use the box tokens to donate. And the user, when they do some call actions, they can get reward. This is the first step. It's the the simplest, the most simple.
So Box token, is it unlimited or limited?
Limited, yeah.
You have a limited number.
That's true. And then for ContentBox, we already acquired 2 other platforms, which is a Cam is a picture platform, which is called RadioBox, which is a streaming audio platform. We'll all integrate ContentBox wallet in this quarter, which is coming soon. This is like some DApp based on ContentBox, which is a kind of simple token economy to incentivize some behaviors.
Yeah.
But this is very easy to think, which I think can make it came true. I mean, soon this year or the coming years. But I think there should be something more interesting based on ContentBox. It's much better. I mean, much beyond than a reward system. Because if you only a reward system, you didn't need a blockchain. A centralized thing can work fine. So this is like built on ContentBox. There's one thing can be built. For example, as I mentioned, the crowdfund launchpad, as I mentioned at the beginning. So for example, for creators, if they want to if they go to VC, they go to Kickstarter, they have no people invest them.
Yeah.
But they have followers. All their followers know how good you are. But for example, if you look for me, hi Renee, you said, do you want to invest you? It's too much legal words for me. It's too many, like trust between us. But I'm your follower. I'm your fans. And if you say, oh, you can do this crowdfunding or this investment in very small amount, which is affordable by me, and which is trackable by a smart contract. And once I invest you, and once your content go live, maybe go to some decentralized video player, when there's some money come back, and some tokens, some coins came back, it can automatically go to everything, giving the percentage of every investors, giving to every investors, their wallet. All these things can be done very smoothly and by smart contract. And so this maybe can be built in Content. I'm not saying today, but once the ContentBox is fully built, and this thing can happen in ContentBox. This is one thing. Another thing is a decentralized content exchange. Just like, there's tons of ICO token exchange. We can do a content exchange. And for creators and who has a better and ideas, and he can put their idea there, and they can sell their ideas, and the ideas will get the price of this idea get higher when the idea go to a book. The ideas came to a movie, and you can own certain IP. You can sell those content. I mean, just like an exchange, but only designed for content. We just try to get all the components in the content industry to make it work for this. You can see it's just like Ethereum for content industry, and you can build your content ICO based on the content exchange. This is another way, another thing, future picture. The third one, I don't know whether you are familiar with that. It's called 快播. It's all done automatically. And even we want to build the decentralized ecosystem, but for some nodes, it's still centralized. You don't care, for example, if 20% go to the producer or 10% go to actors, it will be small centralized by their content. And it's kind of like a P2P video player plus blockchain with payout, passport, and then bound together, which can make sure all the creators get money, get reward when the content was consumed. Make sure the users no need to care about which the content came from. They just enjoy the content easily, quickly, very smoothly. And for the distributors, they can also have their benefit. For example, for if they doing the SEO, doing something, they take a small portion, and also they have very strong incentive to do the distribution efforts. This is kind of like a P2P video player plus blockchain, and this blockchain can be ContentBox blockchain, and we can build, we can try to create that P2P player based on the chain. So, but again, as I mentioned, no matter the content exchange, the crowdfund launchpad, and the cross-platform video player. We are not doing developer by ourselves. We only built the payout, passport, and iPad. And we try to encourage...
We're having this platform that bringing all those outsources. It's a kind of bigger platform as an umbrella that bringing all those creators, content creators together. And you're building up a kind of platform that every part can be paid fairly.
That's true. And I really want, it's true, I really want all these developers get more box. I don't think ContentBox should be driven by Castbox, should be driven by me, or driven by any industry giant. This is wrong. I think this should be driven by the community, by the developers community, by the investors community, and by the users community. I think those people should get the most. And then they build a really greater, thing. I don't say that Twitter will use us. I don't think so. But a small website can use us. Just like Kuaibo SDK. Tencent are not using Kuaibo SDK. But there's tons of small websites.
So this is small website that they can use your platform if they have any users or if they have content creators.
Yeah.
Those content creators or users, they can be, those users, they can donate. And those content creators, they can get tokens or they can get rewarded.
Yeah, exactly.
Through your platform,
That's
to
true.
use your platform.
Yeah, exactly.
And that token is the token of the ContentBox.
That's true. Our box token.
Okay, your box token. So that's the kind of platform that you're building up. How long ago you started and how much work has been done?
I think we started last year, and now most of the people are focusing on how to choose the best technology, and we argue a lot during the past half a year to argue what should I leverage, like Lightning Network, sharding, or etc. And now we are still we closed for our ICO. We already closed ICO, and we raised more than 30,000 ETH, and from 108 investors like Nirvana, Block VC, Node, and all the top crypto investors.
All this thing is under your fund. I mean, under your Castbox.
ContentBox.
ContentBox is a kind of different entity.
Thing. Yeah, different entity.
Okay.
And for ContentBox, as I mentioned, we finished the technology, choose the best technology, and begin to develop the public blockchain. And we finished the crypto funding from 108 investors, from Chinese investors, U.S. investors, Russian investors, Japan and Korea investors, and all top crypto investors. And we just a premium and exclusive launch on Huobi Pro, which is very rare in the blockchain area. Only I think less than 5 projects can premium, launched on Huobi Pro. Yeah, so and we just launched the on Huobi Pro about Tuesday, I think this week. And then we will going to open source our public blockchain as a next quarter. As a Q1 next year, and launching the mainnet. It was testnet on Q1 next year, and at the end of next year is mainnet. So it's kind of like this is a kind of process of the ContentBox.
So the ContentBox, are you focusing on content creators in China, or you're focusing on content creators out of China?
I think since the first day of blockchain is how to say that it's a global project. We do not exclusive any development. So
you look at it globally. So from marketing perspective, you focus on like Americans or Europeans.
Yeah, because as I mentioned, the token already integrated into Castbox. We already have like a...
So you're leveraging the Castbox as a first customer.
Yeah.
Or not say as a first customer, as a first platform which you already have your content creators.
That's true, and the users.
And users.
Yeah.
I mean, users both. I mean, content creators and users who are coming there. That's good. I mean, that's a big leverage.
Yeah.
So you got the platform Castbox, so you have users, you have content creators.
Yeah.
And then you're just attaching this technology as a first initial pilot, which
Yeah.
it goes for the Castbox.
Yeah.
So for the Castbox, it's being used. Yes. For how long is being used? I mean, Castbox has been attached.
Yeah, I mean, for box already integrated into Castbox long ago. I mean, it's a box.
Yeah.
But it's not a blockchain box.
Yeah.
It's a normal box.
Yeah.
And I think for the box, combined with our blockchain box, is about, I think it's this week, because we just launched on exchange this week.
Nice.
So, but it's still great. You know, even nowadays, the biggest crypto wallet has less than 10,000, you know, 10,000 or like 100,000 users. But now we already has tons of users. But not all of them open the wallet feature.
But they already have that wallet, so they can use it. Like many other platforms, let's say I'm a user of WeChat. WeChat has its own wallet.
Yeah.
So it's me if I want to use it or not. But it's integrated in the platform. That everybody has it. So it depends how much benefits that I'm gonna get from that wallet, and I start using that wallet.
That's true.
So that wallet is being done for, I mean, every single user in Castbox, they can use that wallet.
Yeah.
So the Castbox, I mean, you have different accounts as a developer, I mean, as a content creators, or as a users. You have different accounts.
Different account, different brand.
And
actually different team. I'm the only.
Oh, okay.
I'm the only people have, but.
So it means that if I want to get into content, like if I want to get into like Castbox, so I have to create 2 different accounts, or I make one account that in that one account is letting me to be a creator as well. I mean, or to be a kind of person to users that I can upload my content. Yes.
Currently, you do not need to worry about ContentBox. You only work with Castbox.
Yeah, like Castbox.
Working with is ContentBox.
As a user in Castbox, so I have possibility of being a content creator.
Get a box token. Yeah.
If I am a user, I can get tokens. If I'm a content creator, also I'm getting
tokens. And users will donate you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Users, is there any ceiling for users to donate? Do you have any ceiling?
No.
It is unlimited?
It's unlimited. So that's why, you know, before we launched the ContentBox inside Castbox, there's no creators, endorse for us, because, I mean, we are not doing exclusive content. So there's no, people can enjoy anywhere. But people choose us because our user experience is better. But nowadays, because we have donation function, all the creators are crazy. If you search YouTube, there are a lot of people said, "Oh, you go to Castbox to listen to our platform."
Because they get funded.
They get donations.
Donation.
And as I mentioned, about 5% of users will donate. So, and you know, we have like 80 million users. So that's still a lot of money.
So it is nice. Cool. So. This is a kind of crazy platform, and I hope it goes crazier.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be great, though. And we would love to have more talk and get to know about your platforms and all the ecosystem that you made. But our time, we are running out of time. Actually, we are using the time double.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making you work.
We love it. I mean, we love it. We heard your story. We heard about your platform, Castbox, also ContentBox, and we heard all about this craziness that you run for more than 10 years, as you said. So that was great. The last thing that we ask from all the guests that we have here is your message for entrepreneurs. Woman entrepreneurs, woman entrepreneur, not only for woman entrepreneurs, for all entrepreneurs, for all crazy entrepreneurs. In the world, on Earth, not on Mars, on Earth. What is your message for them?
I think like for me, I mean, I always remind myself, always be bold to all the challenge and be sensitive to all the opportunities.
Nice, perfect. That was beautiful, and that was great having you here.
Thank you.
Really appreciate for your time.